Yo, what's up, guys? Tony here from Paradise Garage and LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Let me know if you guys can hear me. If you could quickly type in the chat and give me some fast feedback if you can hear and see me. And then if you're a VIP member, just type in Learn Auto Body and Paint VIP member and then where you're tuning in from. That'll be cool. We're going to be on for 20 minutes, give or take, doing some quick Q&A. Any topic on Autobody. So whatever questions you got, please just type them in and we will get started with the comments. And before we jump into it super quickly, don't forget to check the little cards up here on the top right of the YouTube video if you're on desktop or mobile, and all the links down below in the description for all of the things that we're talking about today. But just type in the chat, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me. See me, if you guys can. Okay. Michael G says, lifetime VIP, Austin, Texas, here and see you fine. Awesome. Rich Reese says, hello, how are you, Tony? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you guys doing? Okay, so before we get started, I just want to post a couple links here to the auto body training. So if you guys are total newbies and you want to learn how to do auto body, all you got to do is click the link down below in the description here or up in the top right here to get some free training at learnautobodyandpaint.com. You can download the free guides, watch videos. We'll send you emails with tips and tricks and whatnot. You're going to love it. And then check out VIP if you want to. We have thousands of members, over like 13,000 VIP members now, probably more than that. I haven't even counted in a while, but a lot of VIP members from across the world have gone through our programs and even open up their own body shops with the knowledge. Here is a link to Zula.com if you guys are interested in getting some great spray guns. And they also give you a free gun bud ultra lighting system when you invest in their spray guns there. Here's a link to cryptowaters.com, one of my other websites. If you guys are interested in learning about cryptocurrency and how to make money with NFTs and crypto, sign up to that newsletter down below. And then the last link here is something called Ecom Domination, where I break down how you can make money online through e-commerce. These are all things that I do every single day, guys. As you can see, I'm on here every single week answering auto body questions, but the sites here, Ecom Domination and Crypto Waters, are just things that I do on the side and really, really profitable for me and for my students. So check those out. Okay, so let's get into some Q&A here. We'll just go down. And again, this is auto body Q&A, guys. So if you have any auto body and paint questions, type them into the chat and we will get started. So what is the mix of vinegar and water to kill rust? I like to do a 50-50. You can use a white vinegar. The cheap, the gallon, you can pick them up at Costco for like under 10 bucks. 50-50 with water, and just rub it on your grinded, rusted surfaces before you prime. So you could just put it on with a wet rag, and then be sure to scuff it before you put your body filler on it. If you do put body filler or primer, okay, make sure you scuff it. You don't want to just put your body filler or primer right on top of that after it dries. Okay, you want to give it a scuff again. Okay, so let's see. How is the expansion on the house coming? Well, we got the blueprints all done, and the Department of Planning and Permitting they're backed up, super backed up. So they're telling me I got to wait 4 to 6 months to get my permits approved. So whatever, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to hear back, but everything's pretty much submitted. So we'll see what happens. I'm in no rush anyway. I got a lot of other things to do. So I'm sure 4 months, 6 months is going to come pretty quick for the next stages. Hey, Tony, Hank from Florida, South Florida, lifetime VIP, no project at this time, just hanging out. What's up, Henry? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's see here. Gerald Medina says, what do I recommend for a compressor? 1 stage, 2 stage, CFM, etc. It depends on what you're going to be painting. If you're looking to do small projects, a 30-gallon would be enough. It could be 3 to 5 horsepower, anything that puts out 100 psi, and 15 to 15 CFM. Mine is, let's see, 11 CFM at 90 pounds. So if you get even 15 CFM at 40 pounds is more than enough, because you're only gonna, no, I mean 11.5. This one doesn't, it's 11.5 at 40, but when you're spraying, we're spraying at like 20, primers can be sprayed at 20 to 22, and then base coat, clear coat, and single stage, we're spraying at 25, 26, 27, maybe 28 pounds, maybe. So you're not even, you don't need that much of a high CFM because that's rated. They mostly give you a 90 and a 40. I don't even know if you can see it. They mostly give you a 90 rating and a 40 reading. Okay, at 90, at 40. So we're not even close to using 90 or 40 pounds normally, right? This is a 60-gallon. Okay, plugs into a 220-volt dryer outlet there. Okay, this is for painting a car. Okay, it's 2-stage, 3.7 horsepower, and it's enough to paint a car. I painted a huge van in my garage here not too long ago. So if you're looking for smaller, painting a motorcycle or car parts, a 30-gallon should be enough for you. 30, 33-gallon as far as air volume. But if you're looking to do a car, you might want to get at least a 60 gallons. Pretty much going to do it. You don't need an 80 is overkill. Like maybe if you got 2 people, that are working on cars and needing air in the shop, an 80 would do it. Hopefully that helps. What would you recommend for killing rust inside of a trunk lid and inside of car doors? Well, I would grind it down first. You could put some vinegar, water, 50-50 on a rag and just wipe it down, scuff it with 80 grit, blow it all out. And then you could just get some paintable undercoating, rubberized undercoating, and you can just spray that. There's some that I use called Tight Seal. We talked about it on the last stream, Deborah. And there's so many brands. Bondo makes a brand. I think you can get that at O'Reilly or Checkers. I buy this on eBay. It's called Tight Seal. It's an Autobody undercoating. It's a black undercoating, and that's something I'll probably end up doing in the trunk of this Chevelle here. If I don't end up selling it. I don't know. I'm thinking of selling it. I got so many cars, it's just ridiculous. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm just trying to weed down, and I know I can get at least 50 grand for this thing. It's a really nice original Chevelle, without even painting it. The other idea was painting it, and yeah, I don't know. But look into rubberized undercoating, really good to put on inside of trunks and whatnot. Underneath the body, the carriage and all that. What's up, Cycle Sports Services? Arnold, how you doing, man? Long time no see. Hope you're doing great. Okay, let's see here. How to avoid tiger stripes when painting a silver metallic single stage. Well, it's to basically crisscross your patterns. Make sure you're using a gun, number one, a good gun that atomizes and has a good fan pattern. Because if you're using a gun, always test it when you're setting up a gun. Test it on a piece of paper or whatever, because let's see if we can do this quick for you guys. Here, maybe we could do this quick. You guys are seeing this moonbird thing everywhere you go. Okay, because sometimes when you're spraying, your fan pattern is going to look like thick on top, thin on the bottom. Can you see that? And then some are going to be like thick on top and bottom and thin in the middle, right? A normal fan pattern is going to be oval, kind of like that. That's what you want. sometimes you're going to get vice versa. Okay, you want to make sure your fan pattern is coming out even, because if you have an uneven fan pattern like this, sometimes it's even worse than this, where you got super dark up here, light in here, and then a little dark spot down here. Then this is going to give you, because you're getting so much more material in these spots or over the top, it's not even. It's going to give you tiger stripes. So make sure you're using a good gun. Make sure if you're getting an issue like that with any gun you're using, the number one thing is to make sure all these little holes up on the front of the air cap are cleaned out. So you want to make sure that everything's clean, because if your air is not atomizing your paint and your fluid correctly, you're going to get that type of issue. So if you're having an issue, number one, before you paint, clean your gun out. Number two, if you don't have a good gun, cheap guns tend to not have the best atomization. Go and upgrade, get yourself a medium grade gun. I like to use Atoms. This is the X27. If not, you can go high end and get yourself I don't know, SATA or something, or there's a bunch of different brands out there, but you could invest in a better gun. And then the other thing is, when you're painting, you want to paint not just this way. Okay. When you're done with that first coat or second coat, you're going to want to kind of spread it out this way. And then also what you could do is up your pressure 2 pounds, 1 to 2 pounds, and pull your gun back a little bit more. So normally you're going to be spraying, 4 to 6 inches away from the panel. Okay. You can up your pressure a little bit more and then come up a little bit more and then dust it. And then you're going to have to basically look at what you're doing while you're painting. Because if you're noticing some tiger stripes or whatever, it's time to adjust and get rid of it while painting if you can. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the only tips I can give you offhand. If anybody else has any ideas, but that's pretty much it as far as tiger striping. And if you get that and you screwed it up, then you basically got to redo the paint job. It's pretty much what it comes down to. Tony Anderson says, "Hey, Tony, just painted my F-150 yesterday, but I scratched my side quarter panel trying to reattach the hood. What sandpaper do you recommend to get these scratches out?" It depends on how deep the scratches are. If you went down to metal, you're probably going to just have to reshoot that quarter panel. If it's just a scratch in a clear coat, you could use 1200 grit, to kind of cut in a little quickly, and then move to 15 2000 and then buff it out. If it's a darker color, you might want to sand down to 2500 or 3000 and then buff it out. So hopefully that helps. Yep, I just talked about that. And then, Arnold just said 75% overlap when you're doing heavy metals, metallics and metal flake. I really never had to do that. I like going crisscrossing my patterns rather than doing a 75. I think 75 is more for candies and stuff, but you could have a tighter overlap if you want. It's not going to hurt, but just make sure you're not going to lay too much paint on it, especially when you're doing the side of a car, and get runs. Did you paint door jambs in your van project? Nope. And I don't think I will. The van's been down for 2 months. I need to get it fixed. Haven't had time. It's giving me an issue. I think it's the catalytic converter, maybe. When using vinegar water, does it change color so it's done? Well, your rust spots will become a little darker. The mixture will not change color, but once you put it on the surface rust, you're going to see that the rusted areas will just become a little darker when it dries. So yeah, you might want to see if you can notice that. What's up? Tamco's a sale coming up. I can get a gallon kit of red single stage for $250, but obviously I want it to look good. But all I'm doing is selling it. Can I find a better deal? I'm not sure. You might just want to shop around. I haven't been looking for red paint. Cheap paint, single stage. And you got to remember, red is the most expensive colors, expensive solid colors if you're going to be buying like single stage or base coats. So if you're going to be selling something, you might just want to get a black or a white if you don't care about color. Those are the cheapest colors when it comes to paint, black or white. Their single stage is great. It's awesome. Just use their mirror gloss jet black single, and I love the product. Have you ever gotten pearls from a company called Chameleon Pearls? Nope. I did answer this question, Tony Anderson. Didn't put the clear coat on it yet. Okay, so you're on the base coat stage. Yeah, I would just you could just use like some 600 grit and kind of like feather it out with 600 grit and then rebase it, and then you should be good. You got it. You got it, guys. All right. Yeah, I heard of those guys. When it comes to pearls and flakes, yep, you guys can try them as well. Yep, yep, yep. So, what else is new, guys? Anything new? Any other auto body Q and A? We'll probably do it for few more minutes, and I'll get back to what I'm doing today. Editing some videos. Should have a new video out in the next couple of days. You're welcome, Rich. Is it raining? Yeah, it is raining. I smell the rain. The best way to fix fish eyes on part with no fisheye remover. Well, if you're painting and you notice a little bit of fisheye, um, what I like to do is if it's like crazy and carried away, you might just want to stop your paint job, let it dry, sand it down, clean it well. Don't put any wax and grease remover on it and just shoot it again. But if you're noticing like a little couple of fisheye, and I have these videos in VIP, like where I actually show you how I'm fixing them, you basically want to spray your paint on very dry on these areas and just dust it until it starts covering. Just dust it, put air on it, dust it, put air on it. And we have videos on this. And then as they cover, you can go, you can have heavier and heavier coats till your uniform base color is set. Then you can clear coat. But that's an easy way to fix minor paint reactions like fisheye and a little bit of separating and stuff like that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did, and I thought I replied. But cute puppy, by the way, man. I know it was a rescue. Yeah, I remember. I thought I replied. Yeah, I just get so distracted. So many things going on. But yeah, man, beautiful dog, and I like the logo. There's really nothing for me. I didn't have any suggestions. I thought it looked good. So yeah. Stacy Moore says, "What is the best way to make touch up paint after you finish painting and clear coating?" Well, there's really no way to make an enamel touch up paint with base coat clear coat, right? So, I mean, just save your base coat in your can, and that's your touch up paint. You could always dab a brush in there to hit some rock chips and whatnot. But if you're doing like little dabs like that, there's not going to be clear coat, but it really doesn't show. You could mix a little bit of clear on it and then put a clear, but you're always, if you're doing touch up with a brush, you're always going to have, and I don't know if that's the kind of touch up you're talking about, like touching up with rock chips and little mini scratches with a brush, or just to have some paint on the side to mix. So if you have paint left over, that's your touch up paint. You're going to have to mix new clear again because clear goes bad once you put your activator in it, right? You can't save it really. But base coat will last years. And your unused base coat from your gun, you can save that in a separate can or just dump it back into the original mixture. Um, and you're good to go. Just make sure when you're mixing it. See, that's why I like to mix by consistency, because sometimes I'll just dump reduced base coat back into like a new quart can or a gallon can of paint. So that's like reduced a little bit, right? So the next time you're not going to want to reduce that 50-50 because it might be, I don't think it'll be over reduced, but you guys get what I'm saying. So this is why I kind of teach you the drip method when you're mixing your base coat in VIP, right? I show you like the consistency of like how your paint looks on the stick, how it's dripping. Dripping too fast means it's too thin, too slow, so that's how I like to mix my base coat. I really never use a mixing cup. Just when I'm showing you guys or I'm making YouTube videos, then I use a mixing cup because people like to see that, right? So yeah, what is a fade out mix ratio? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like fading paint. If you're fading, it's mostly done on the trigger, you know, not by reducing your base coat because it's just going to get so thin. So I wouldn't reduce your base coat. I would just reduce the amount of paint from trigger and then do your fading through distance. And we're going to be doing, I'm not sure when I want to do it, guys, but we're going to be doing a custom paint job on this thing very soon. I was thinking next year, but maybe I'll tackle it this year. We got the 2021, I think, Tesla. I think it's a 2021. I don't know. I don't even know what year this is. We bought it new. 2020 or 2021. We're gonna be doing a multi-tone fade, probably three faded colors. Some teals, purples, blues, blacks. I'm not sure yet, but that's gonna be a pretty rad ass Tesla when we're done. And we're gonna show you. Holy shit! There's a big dent on the top here. Look like a rock. Something hit it. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there. Look at that thing. Anyway, hey, from Ohio, you helped me so much. Awesome. All right, guys. Any more questions? Did I answer your question so far? Stop punching the car, Tony. Yeah, that's not me. Like, dude, brand new car. Like, I already had to change the damn cooler because our rock chip flew in and busted the radiator. This thing still has a radiator. It's for like the oil cooling system. I don't even know what it's for, but like something in the front. It has a radiator in it. It's an electric Tesla. So that had to be done a couple months after we got it. The windshield had to be changed out because a rock hit it and boom, like crazy, dude. Brand new car. But my wife drives it. Yeah, my wife drives it, and like the thing's getting chips and dings all of she curb my rim. Like I hardly drive this thing. I drive it maybe 15% of the time, 15 to 20%, but she usually drives it. But we're gonna put a cool ass paint job on here. It's gonna be rad. Some sort of fade like this, but different colors. Hello from Mexico. Can you do the color one day and the clear next day? Yeah, you can. If it's a day, you shouldn't have any issues. I've done it before. I've done a couple custom jobs where I had so much graphic and masking with flames and all that. I ended up clearing it the next morning. So basically, working on it all day with the multicolors. And this is before I created VIP in 2010. This is probably 2005 area when I was doing body work back then. But I was doing body work in 2000. I was doing body work for a long time. God. Anyway, hey Tony, what's up? So yeah, you could clear the next day. I wouldn't wait a couple days, 2-3 days. Nah, but if you're doing it the next day, you're good. You're fine. Okay, guys, I'm glad you stopped by today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week, same time. And before I leave, I'm going to drop these links one more time before I leave. Right here, Zula.com, if you're looking for great spray guns. Check the Atom X27 out, the X88. The X20 is good for DIY projects. If you're just getting started, check those guns out. Let's see. If you're interested in crypto, you want to learn how to make money with crypto and build wealth, check out cryptowaters.com. Really just signing up to the newsletter. There's nothing going on at the moment yet. But we do have a training on e-com domination. If you want to learn how to make money online through e-commerce, check out this place right here. Put your name and info in, and there's a training, a 75-minute training that I take you through the exact A to Z process on how to get started selling little physical items online, even things like this. seriously, every single day, where you can sell little items like this, smaller the better, and make 20 bucks profit on each one you sell. You sell 10 a day, that's 200 bucks per day that you can make. So check out my course on ecom domination. um, what else? I think I sent you that. And then for all you newbies just tuning in to get some free training on Autobody, click this link here, or check the descriptions again, guys, on the top right over here at the top right, and then down below. Check that out. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Did somebody say anything here? I got one more question here. I'm going to answer that one question here. Uh, what is a good way to match new car finish? Well, a lot of times you cannot make new paint look like old paint. What you could do is try to restore your old paint and buff it out. So after you paint your fender or quarter panel, whatever you did, you could do as best of a job as you can to buff out the adjacent panels. You know, is Zula having a sale on Labor's Day? I'm not sure. You might just want to check back. If you're on their email list, I'm sure they'll probably email you. Other than that, Ketis Bloom says, how much paint should I need for an extended cam short bed Chevy truck? It depends what kind of paint. If you're looking to do a gallon kit of single stage will probably be enough. If you're looking for base coat, clear coat, I would get at least a half a gallon of base coat, which will give you a gallon of sprayable material. Okay. And then you'd want at least a gallon kit of clear coat. And I would mix half. You're probably going to use 3/4 of it. So mix half first, half of your clear coat, which will give you, maybe half. Yeah. If you're using a 2-to-1, you'll probably have 3 quarts of clear coat. You're going to need a little bit more than that, probably 4 quarts of clear coat. So you need about a gallon of clear coat of sprayable. Okay. So yeah, pretty much it. And again, when you're mixing in clear coat, don't mix your whole gallon of clear. Like I said, mix half. If you need more, then you can mix half of that, half of what you have left. Because you're not gonna use a whole gallon of clear on a paint job. Unless it's a huge ass four-door Ford, truck or something. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks for tuning in. Check the links down below. Check the links over here, and I'll see you next week. Single stage, just get a gallon kit, bro. Gallon kit's all you need. And then I wouldn't mix all of it. Mix like 3/4 of it. And then if you need a little bit more, another half a cup or so, mix that, and then you'll have some leftover for touch up if you need it. All right, guys. Peace. See you guys later. Have a good week. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, guys.